Howdy everybody, I'm turning on the TV. Sorry about that. Howdy everybody, John Coffey here to do a contest entry to williemark1's 666 sub contest. Started off with congratulations, man, that's super awesome. You've reached the coveted number of all metalheads everywhere. It's well deserved too. You do great videos and have recommended at least 4 or 5 DVDs in my collection now. Contest is 10 to 1 your favorite sick films, but there's also, he said, your favorite horror films and stuff like that too, but I'm going to do sick films because that's my bread and butter. That's what I like the most. The only thing is I loaned out 3 films. I loaned out August Underground, Mortem, Campbell Holocaust, and a couple others to a friend who's been wanting to get into the more disturbing films. So those aren't listed. At first I was a little bummed I didn't have them, but now I'm kind of happy I don't, because it forced me to be creative and to pick ones that are not as talked about as, you know, Campbell Holocaust, Mortem, the Vomit Gore trilogy. I've tried to get a little more creative, and also I'm not ranking them by how sick they are. I'm ranking them by what I like the most. What's my favorite one to watch? So 10 to 1, my favorite sick films. Like I said, it's not a ranking of which one is the sickest. Number 1 is not the sickest movie in my collection. Number 1 is my favorite sick film in my collection. Except for maybe Campbell Holocaust. That's the only one I wish I had, because that is my favorite disturbing film of all time. No more rambling. Getting into the video. Number 10. Entrails of a Beautiful Woman. This is a 2-part Japanese porno, basically. There's another one, Entrails of a Virgin. This one's about a Yakuza gang that drugs girls and rapes them, and a nurse turns into a monster and eats people, and there's all kind of rape, and it's a crazy movie. Short little exploitation film from Japan, directed by Godry, which is Kazu. I can't pronounce his name. Cool film though. That's number 10. Number 9. Joe D'Amato. I believe it's Joe D'Amato. Let me check, make sure I'm not wrong about that. Where you at? Yeah, Joe D'Amato. Beyond the Darkness. I think it's D'Amato's best film. Most of this stuff is kind of trashy garbage, but this is actually a very, very entertaining film about a man who loses his wife, so he stuffs her and leaves her in the house and begins to have sex with dead bodies. Nasty movie too. A lot of gross stuff in that movie. Number 8. Movie I think a lot of people will disagree with me on, because I know it gets a lot of hatred, but it's Red Room 1, directed by Daisuke Yamauchi. I love this movie. I think it's it's the best shot on video exploitation film I've ever seen. I find the humor to just add to the disturbingness of it. Like when they do something, it's like it begins with like 2 girls making out, like the sound effects are very over the top, and it looks so cheap. But I freaking love the movie. Any movie, I mean, how can you not call film sick when a girl gets a bulb shoved up her vagina, it busts, and then another person has sex with that same woman with the glass-filled vagina? Oh, don't fall. That's sick. Number 7. Graphic Sexual Horror, a documentary about the world's most extreme bondage site that got shut down by the government. It's sick. I mean, there's a lot of very, very strange stuff in it, like women with their boobs tied up and they're purple and stabbing snit through them, and dunking people in tubs of what looks to be leeches, and yeah, all kinds of craziness. I did a review of it. Love this movie, and my copy is signed by the director. I'm losing count, people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 6 is the funnest exploitation film ever made. Joel M. Reed's Bloodsucking Freaks. This movie's a ball of fun, and at the same time, a lot of sick stuff in it. Entertaining film. Very entertaining. Joel M. Reed. Bloodsucking Freaks. Number 5. Christina Lindbergh in Thriller, A Cruel Picture. The porno scenes are vile. That's why I put this one in this list. And I love revenge films. Hold on a second, I'm about to get into it. Like I was saying, Yeah, the porno scenes in this movie are absolutely vile, especially the last one. And if you've seen this movie uncut, you know what I'm talking about. So, Thriller, a cruel picture. TF Mao flick, not Men Behind the Sun, but oh, I got it upside down. Black Sun: The Nine King Massacre, based on real life events where Japan infiltrated the capital of China and massacred the whole place. Very, very disturbing film with some very heavy subject matter. This one is, I've had a few fun exploitations. This is not a fun one. This is a downright depressing, disturbing film. I reviewed it back in the day. I haven't watched this movie a whole lot because it is so daggum depressing, but great film. Highly recommend it. I recommend anything by T.F. Mao. Next up, another one I think a lot of people will disagree with me on. Because I know this is probably a lot of people's least favorite franchise, but it's my favorite, and that's August Underground's Penance. I think this is the best made, and definitely the best edited of the August Underground films. I find Mortem to be too long, and the original August Underground, though it's probably the most realistic looking, it's also the hardest to watch. I think this is the coup de grace of the whole. Is it the most disturbing? No, but this is the best made of all three August Underground films. I like all three of them, but that's my favorite. Number 2, Takashi Miike. Can't have a disturbing list without Miike. Visitor Q. This is a gross, funny, strange, disturbing little gem of a movie. If you're into extreme cinema, and especially extreme Asian films, you cannot not see this movie, which I'm pretty sure is terrible English. I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that. Got a phone call. Yeah, Visitor Q. This has a scene where a woman sprays a lot of milk at her boobies, and for some reason that always grosses me out. I don't know what my why breast milk disturbs me, but there's also another film Miike did called Gozu that has a scene where a woman milks herself, and I don't know, that just disturbs me. There's a lot of other stuff in that movie too. It's necrophilia, child murder, lots of craziness. And my number 1 favorite sick film in my collection outside of Cannibal Holocaust, because that is my favorite, definitely has to be Singapore Sling. A very underrated movie. I don't see a whole lot of people talking about this film. I think it's one of the greatest exploitation films ever made. It's one of the best sick films. I mean, it has a scene where a woman rapes a man while electrocuting him, gets off him, and then pisses in his face. It's a very artistic film, but man, is it just very well made and just nasty and entertaining, and drives my entertainment to no boundaries. I love this movie. I watched it so long ago and fell in love with it. Great film. That's my number 1 favorite sick film in my collection outside of Cannibal Holocaust. And I wanted to pick different stuff. Like I could have put Last House on Lev, I Spit on Your Grave, all those films that we've heard 100 times. But I was trying to expand on the films in my collection. I mean, I've talked about Cannibal Holocaust and all those movies 100 times. I wanted to pick something different, and I hope that you like the list. And once again, congratulations on 666 subs. And thank you for putting on this contest, man. It's really cool. That's all for now, and I'll see y'all later.